Well, kimchi is not a very common part of the Wisconsin diet, but maybe it should be.
Kimchi is a national food of South Korea with a history dating back more than 2,000 years.
It is a pickled vegetable dish that has multiple health benefits, and Dr. Zorba Paster is here to tell us more about it. Hi, Zorba.
Hi, good to be here.
So, what is kimchi?
Well, kimchi is they're fermented vegetables. They're usually fermented cabbage, radish, and they do it with a whole bunch of, Korean spices, and then of course they use vinegar. And basically, in this particular study, they looked at a large number of Koreans. They looked at the girth of their tummies, they looked at heart attacks, they looked at strokes, and lo and behold, and they looked at weight. If you eat kimchi 2 to 3 times a day, that's a lot of kimchi, but it's enough to discuss. People lost weight, had fewer heart attacks, and were healthier.
And how much are we talking?
Well, we're talking about, it is not our national dish.
Right.
We can't eat anything 3 times a day in America unless it happens to be French fries.
Right, that's true.
It reminds us that things like fermented vegetables can be very good for us. So if you think about in Wisconsin, what's the fermented vegetable that's in Wisconsin? Sauerkraut. And sauerkraut is also good for us in many ways. So it reminds us, fruits and vegetables done in a variety of ways are the best way to keep us healthy.
But it's not saying that you should probably double the amount of sauerkraut on your bratwurst, right? It's like the cheeseburger Diet Coke method.
You could also have sauerkraut without your bratwurst. It's possible to eat it separately, but kimchi is great. So anyone who wants to go to an Asian grocery store who's thinking about it, try kimchi. And I think you said you made kimchi once.
I did. I've tried it. You can make it with cucumbers or cabbage, but there's really no need to because it's in all the grocery stores.
It's in all the grocery stores.
In a variety of spices and flavors.
Exactly. And they're in big bottles, small bottles, and I think it's time to really add kimchi to a diet.
What is it about the fermentation, though, that is so good for you?
Oh, I don't think we really understand that. I just think we know the fruits and vegetables that are fermented in a different way, but I don't think we really understand what fermentation does. We do know it tastes differently, and obviously in our body, it absorbs different nutrients because a lot of the kimchi that's in Korea is cabbage, and they didn't find out that just eating cabbage did it. It's the fermentation. We know, by the way, that when you ferment certain things with corn, or when you do use lye in corn, that it ends up producing certain B vitamins. So we know that absolutely changing some of the ways that we prevent these things makes a difference.
What about the salt that is also in there?
Well, there is always a side. That's right. So you have to have less salt in other ways. But that is, usually we have salt. We have salt when we eat pickles. So our pickles are high salt. Kimchi has more other spices. It certainly has some salt, but not the same as a good dill pickle, which of course is fermented.
And in South Korea, do they eat it at every meal?
I think they eat more of it than we eat here.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have it for breakfast. They pretty much have a small bowl. They don't eat a large bowl of kimchi. I don't think we're going to make kimchi the vegetable of Wisconsin, but I think that it's something that people should consider trying.
Maybe it's even just an awareness. It's just a different vehicle to get your vegetables
Absolutely.
in.
And also, if you've never tried it, try it. I love it. You get different kinds. And as I said, you don't have to get a big bottle. You can get a small bottle or a small jar and try it. And once again, trying different foods is a challenge, and sometimes people find they like it.
It's interesting that the studies, there's so many studies about it, so there's got to be something to it.
Right. Weight loss, fewer heart attacks and strokes, and decrease in belly fat. Maybe we'll find out that kimchi is the secret of life.
It also seems to be like inflammation.
Right, and
everything comes down to inflammation.
Yeah. Well, because we don't understand really what inflammation does, but it affects our heart. And being that this is National Heart Month, we have to remember, more people die prematurely from heart attacks than anything else. And 1/3 of all heart disease is discovered when someone dies suddenly. So it reminds us, kimchi may be fruits and vegetables, Mediterranean diet, keep your heart healthy. And kimchi is something to consider adding.
Not a bad way. Restart or reboot again.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zorba. Good to see you.
Great to be here.